Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Shilpa Data Insights. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are going to see about the control flow statements. So how exactly will you build the logic, and while building the logic, how exactly the flow of the code should be, how exactly the execution of the code should be, we will look into in this video. So you can go ahead and control the execution of the complete Python code using the control flow statements itself, using if else condition. And if you want to do an iterative process and you have to repeat it every time, or you have to break out of the code, then these things you can do it using the control flow statements. And for using the control flow statements, you also need an expression, like you need a true and false in Boolean expression, so that if in case a condition is true, then you execute this. If in case the condition is not true, then don't execute it, and so on, right? So let's go ahead and deep dive into the control flow statements, and then we will go ahead and learn the Boolean expressions. So what is control flow? Control flow is nothing but it's the logic you write in order to control the complete execution of the code. Exactly how your code runs, that depends on your control flow statements. So how exactly it works? So it will see, should I see this part of code, right? And should I skip a part of code to run, or should I repeat it? So let's say there is some code written hi, and then hello world, and then good morning, right? So you want to see whether you want to go ahead and print this, and then print this, and print this. If you want to go ahead and print all of them, it is just a normal execution. But let's say if you have the code written like this, hi, hello world, and good morning, and you literally don't want to write this hello world, and you want to skip this, right? So to skip this up, how you can control that, and you move from hi to basically good morning. So there are multiple ways in which you can do it that we are going to discuss. So the first common way in which the code runs is basically like this. So let's say I have a piece of code here, right? Let's say GM, and then hello, and then hi, and so on, right? And if in case I want to execute this particular code, then it will go from start till end. Okay, so this is my start and this is my end. So this is going to execute starting from good morning, hello, and then hi, and then it will print all the things that you are trying to execute, right? So this is called the simple execution without any control flow. Now let's see what exactly we are doing it in the control flow. So there are multiple control flows that we have. So the two major control flow that we have here is the control statements, and then we have the loops. So what is a control statement? Let's say I have this particular piece of code, py code, that I am giving it to the app. Okay, and in this particular code, I will first check a condition here. If in case this particular condition is true, then it's going to this particular block of code. And if in case the condition is false, it's going to this particular block of code. So how exactly it's executed? The py file is submitted. You are running this py file, and it's going to execute this particular and see whether the condition is true. If in case the condition is true, it's going to run this particular piece of code and return you this particular result. If in case it is false, the condition that we have, this is false. In that case, what it will do is it is going to give you this particular result. It is going to give this result, and then it is going to give you this particular result. So this is my final output. If in case you see here, if in case the condition is true, right, it's not going to this particular piece of code and running this code and returning it. What it is doing it instead, it is just checking if it's true, it is running this particular piece of code and returning you the result. It's not going back to the false piece of code to run and return, right? This doesn't happen, only this happens, right? Similarly, if in case it's false, it's going to run this particular piece of code and it's going to give you the result. It's not going to run the true command. So that's how the control statement actually works. Now, if I talk about the loops, this is my condition. The condition can be anything. Let's say A is greater than B or A equal to B and so on, right? So the condition can be anything. Now, in this condition, if in case it is false, it goes to this particular piece of code, and if in case it's true, it goes to this particular piece of code. So what does it mean? So let's say the condition that we have, it checks that the condition is false, right? And it returns me the result. Let's say if the condition is true, it goes ahead, run this particular code, and then it goes back to the code. And then again it checks. If in case the condition is true, again it comes here and then it goes here. Again it checks the condition. If in case it's true, it goes ahead and execute this code and return back to the original one. So if you will see here, if I erase this particular part, if you will see, the complete thing is it goes ahead, runs this code, come back to it, right? Then again it comes and run it, the code. Again it comes, run the code till it meets this particular condition which is false. Once it meets the condition false, then it goes ahead and run this code. So if you will see, this particular thing is completely a loop. Loop means it's a circular. It will keep on iterating the same process again till it meets a condition which is exactly false and gives you the result back, right? So that is what exactly is a loop. Now you understand how exactly the loop works. So there are multiple tools that is used in loop. So let's go ahead and discuss that one by one. So in this control flow statements, if you will see, we have multiple control flow statements. So this is our control flow statements, and this is the next part we will discuss. Without this, you will not have any meaning of the control flow statements. So as we have seen, how the flow of the code will work, that depends on the control flow statements. So in this, there are two types of control flow statement. One is the conditional statement, which is if, else and elif, and the second is the loops. So if I talk about the if, else and elif, it's very simple. Let's say I have a condition A equal to B. So it says if A is equal to B, run this particular piece of code. If in case if it's true, if this particular code is false, then run this particular piece of code. So it checks in the if and then it checks the else. So it is necessary to have if, but if I have if, it's not necessary to have else. I can have both if and else. I can also have just if, then I can have if and elif, right? So this is the thing that you can have in your if else statement. We will discuss this in very practical way in the next sessions that we will be covering. So this is how exactly you deal with if, else and elif. Now we have the conditional statement if, else and elif. Then we also have a condition called loops. So in this loop, we have two types of loop. One is the for loop, another is the while loop. So using both the loops, you can iterate over the elements and give the result back. And if in case the condition is true, the loop will go on. Once the condition becomes false, the loop will exit. This is one control. And then we also have statements like break, pass and continue. Let's say I have a complete code, right? And I don't want to go ahead and run the complete code. I want to break it at some point. So I can use the break keyword in order to break the complete loop. And then I want to pass it, or I want to continue to the next statement. So these things are there in case of the loops that you can use, that is break, continue and pass. So always it's not a single line of code and you are running from top to bottom approach. you may have to come and iterate through the process again and again to give the result, and then you continue to the complete other piece of code, right? That's how exactly it works. Now, in case of control flow statements, it is required to have a condition. To get the condition output, it could be a true or false. So in case of control flow conditional statements, if the condition is true, it's going to execute a piece of code. If the condition is false, it's going to execute another piece of code, right? So in that, you have to remember these are the values. These values are there, which is either true or false you will get. And there are some functions which are required to do it. That is, if in case any of the condition is true, then it is true. If any of the condition is false, then it is false, right? And then is instance. And these are the comparison operator that we have, that is greater than, equal to, less than, equal to, and so on, right? So keep in mind, this is also very important when we are trying to check if else condition. Then we also have and, or, and not. So if we have multiple conditions here and we want to combine, we can combine the comparison operators with and, or not, right? Similarly, you can compare and do it with not and or and so on. So what I mean is, all these conditions that we have, right, that will give you a Boolean output, Boolean value, which is true or false, you can go ahead and compare multiple conditions with the help of and, or, and not. Now we also have in, not, in, is not. All these conditions are also there, which will give you an output either true or false, right? So we have seen what is the control flow statements and what is a Boolean expression. So we will be covering in depth for both the things. So now let's go ahead to our next topic that we have, that is the this and, or, and not. We have covered this much, so I will put it in the I button what exactly we have covered, so that you can go ahead and learn all the basic concepts of control flow statements and Boolean expression. If you have not watched the previous video in which we have explained to you about how to create a variable, what conditions you can put, what limitations are there while creating the variable, and then what are the different data types, what are the different data types like integer, then you have float, you have string, how you can use string, how to do some data manipulations in the string, and so on, right? So make sure to watch the complete playlist so you have a complete understanding of it. Now, I hope you are liking this video, and if you like the video, do hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and share it with your friends as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you have a good day.